Sup guys, and tonight we are going to watch a video called Christians and Secular Music by a very touching man called sSolomon. And if you like what he's doing, as if his videos, go to his channel and subscribe because he really deserves it. And I really hope you guys can enjoy, so let's get it popping. Let's go.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Joe hitting you with another installment to the Chase God webisodes, man. This is a pretty touchy and divided subject amongst Christians.
Yeah, I was kind of interested too.
Probably gonna catch some flack for this either way, but at the end of the day, it's all for God's glory. So y'all ready? Let's cut to the chase, man. Now, it's no secret that even objectively or scientifically speaking, music can have an effect on our mood. And in turn, that mood can have an effect on our behavior. Now, this is not to say that you're going to automatically be brainwashed into doing what the song is talking about, but it can definitely set the mood for it. Think about it. People who are married who are trying to set the mood for the night won't put on some head-banging rap music. And likewise, I don't think that a group of thugs or gangsters who are looking to get into some trouble would play slow R&B music to set the mood. I'm telling you, bro. It's going down tonight. I don't know. Hey, bro. Why are you looking in my eyes like that? Cut this song off and focus. Music just has that effect on us. The information that comes through music helps us shape our worldview. And again, I'm not saying that once you listen to a song, you're automatically brainwashed into believing and acting on what it says. I'm just saying that it will give you information to consider. Not only will it give you that information to consider, but along with that information, it will bring a certain mood. I said all this to say that on a basic level, not in a mystical or abstract sense, music definitely has an effect on our thought process, whether we want it to or not. So what does this mean for the Christian? There's been a big divide in the church about this. Can Christians listen to secular music?
No.
And for the sake of clarification for this video, I'm considering secular music to be music that does not specifically speak of or explicitly honor the God of the Bible. Many Christians, when they get this strong conviction to follow Christ more closely, go on this secular music trashing phase. I did it too, deleted like every single secular track in my iTunes.
Yes, I like
me with like 12 songs. But just a heads up, I don't believe that all music has to be trashed. I think there's some great songs out there that just give some interesting perspectives on life and love and that are not profane or vulgar or anti-biblical. For instance, I believe that there's a lot of beautiful love songs out there made by secular artists that do not contradict the biblical view of love. Now, some would say that it's not necessarily about the content of the music, but it's about the spirit that's behind the music and also the life of the person that's singing the song that's not Christian. And I would agree to a certain extent. If that's the case, then we have to take that philosophy out to its furthest conclusion, not just with music, but with all art. Paintings, movies, sculptures, even buildings can be a type of art. You go to a movie and never once does it cross your mind that, I like the movie, I like the character, I like the plot, but I know that the actual actor is not a Christian, so I can't watch it. And even with movies, I think there should be some good judgment, some good discernment of whether or not I should watch this. But do we cut out all secular movies? What about paintings in our homes or sculptures that we put in church buildings? They give off a certain excellence and a certain beauty, but we never think to ourselves, I wonder if this artist is a Christian. Take this example. Think of a very familiar verse by the Apostle Paul in the book of Acts, where he says, "For in him we live and move and have our being." Well, this line is actually from a pagan hymn or song that was used long before Paul to worship the pagan Greek god Zeus. Paul is addressing a group of people who were very familiar with Greek mythology. So Paul understood his audience and he knew they would catch this. And this isn't the only time that it happens. Paul actually references pagan lines several times throughout the New Testament. Now, obviously this is not to say that Paul in any way agrees with worshiping pagan gods. He is engaging his culture with something that they would immediately recognize, yet uses it against their previous beliefs. So when Paul cites pagan hymns or poems, he's basically using the culture against the culture. So he's basically saying, okay, I see the reasoning of that. I like that, but I'm going to take it out of its original context, put it in a Christian context and use it for the glory of God. So I said all that to show you that, ironically, I'm not here to tell you to trash all of your secular music or all of your Christian hip-hop and rock and roll music. But let me add a really big however. However, I would say that much of secular music, or even most of secular music, is terribly contradictory and counterproductive to the Christian walk. If we're supposed to be constantly thinking on things that are godly, how can we do that when we're constantly listening to music that's full of sex, materialism, depression, self-worship, pride, and the list goes on? And you may say, well, it's not like I'm actually doing those things. I just like the song. See, we can't dumb Christianity down to keeping a list of rules. Christianity goes much deeper than just external behavior. It goes to the heart, to the thoughts. Okay, so if we're building a relationship with Christ, let's use this example. And this might be a little bit extreme, but I'm gonna get the point across. Okay, let's say that you're married, right? And you and your spouse are riding in a car and your favorite song comes on. And it just so happens to be that your favorite song is titled I Just Cheated on My Wife by, I don't know, probably by Usher. I don't know. And you in the car jamming. Ooh, that's my song. I just cheated on my wife, but she don't gotta know. And your wife look at you crazy like, excuse me? And why do you like this song so much? Girl, I'm not actually cheating on you. I just like the song. Now, what you think she gonna say? Now, I don't care. I don't even want you thinking about cheating on me. Now, we see how this plays out in a natural relationship, but we somehow try to justify that it doesn't work this way in our relationship with God. And lately, there's been more and more songs that not only go against the ways of God, but they actually take blatant, direct shots at the God that you claim to serve. And for this reason alone is why I don't use Illuminati conspiracy stuff to try to scare people out of listening to a certain artist. You should not have to be scared out of listening to things that you should already hate to begin with. For many secular artists, especially secular rappers, I don't have to watch a 20-minute conspiracy video to figure out that they hate the ways of God and they promote lust of the eyes and of the flesh and pride of life. Their lyrics are pretty clear on the surface about that. See, our reason for not listening to certain music should not be because of Satan or his demons. It should be about Christ. C.S. Lewis, one of the greatest Christian writers, addresses the idea of demons in his classic book called The Screwtape Letters. He says there are two equal and opposite errors that we fall into when it comes to devils. One is to disbelieve in their existence. The other is to believe but feel an unhealthy and excessive interest in them. C.S. Lewis says it'd be wrong not to believe in their existence, but at the same time, it's not good to have an unhealthy obsession with them. If it takes symbolism, conspiracy videos to get you to stop listening to certain music that was already evil, obviously on the surface, then something's wrong. Christians are an interesting group of people in that we try to justify listening and enjoying music that goes completely against what we claim to believe, all because it sounds good. Like, flip that. Can you imagine an atheist riding down the street bumping some Kirk Franklin or Hillsong United, a song that's just completely glorifying God? You know, this goes against everything I believe about the universe, but this beat is amazing. I'll just ignore the parts that talk about praising God. It's silly, right? And yet, we do it. Now, some would say that some genres of music like hip-hop and rock and roll cannot be redeemed because they weren't originally made to glorify God, or they originally were made for evil, so therefore it can't be redeemed. I believe that the origin of hip-hop was not made to glorify God, and even the prevailing idea of what we see hip-hop today is in complete opposition to God. But as we see from Paul, who took items that were in secular or even anti-biblical context and put them into a Christian context, I believe that God can take things that were once made for evil and use them for his good pleasure. Some people are not going to be so eager to give up some of their favorite secular artists. And I'm not here to come off as legalistic in any way and say that if you listen to certain people, then you're not saved. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I am saying that true Christians are on a race, and we have to lay aside every weight that may slow us down. Overall, you've been encouraged to fight for joy in Christ. Why continually listen to music that's always encouraging temporal happiness and sex, cars, money, clothes, self, and everything else that will pass away. In everything that you do it to the glory of God. Grace and peace.
Alright guys, well that's it. I have a couple words to say. I just want to say that I think that is true. I think that Christians should watch on what we hear. Because people are, they're just so quick to love manly things instead of loving the Lord. And before we go, I just have a quick verse that I want to say. And it's in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. And it says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him." That is so true. I hope that you advise and just look at this verse. And just make sure that you leave a like and a subscribe. And bye guys.